Picture this. A single honeybee leaves her hive at sunrise, flies out into the world, and by nightfall has visited 5,000 flowers. That's her actual workday, every single day. But here's the real stunner. For her hive to make just 1 pound of honey, the colony must fly 90,000 kilometers. That's more than twice around the entire Earth, just for one jar. You'd think bees must be giants, but nope. A forager honeybee weighs just 90 milligrams. That's lighter than a single M&M. So who's actually pulling off this ultramarathon? In a healthy hive, there are 50,000 to 60,000 bees. That's like a stadium packed with buzzing athletes, each with their own mission. Each forager doesn't just make one trip. Nope. Every bee makes 10 to 15 separate flights every day, each to a different patch of flowers. And every trip? That's 50 to 100 flowers per run. Imagine stopping by 100 snack stands before heading home, then turning right around and doing it again. Why the rush? Because a summer worker bee only lives about 6 weeks. It's a blink and you miss it life, packed wall to wall with hustle. Now hold on to your sweet tooth. In her entire life, one bee produces just 1/12 of a teaspoon of honey. That's barely enough for a single sip of tea. Her life's work in a droplet. Multiply that by a whole hive, though, and you get 60 to 80 pounds of honey in a year. That's about as heavy as a medium-sized Labrador retriever, made entirely out of honey. But just making 1 pound of honey? That takes 2 million flower visits. Picture every person in Houston, Texas, handing a bee a flower, one by one. Only then do you get a single pound. The total distance? For that same pound, the colony covers 90,000 kilometers, over twice around the planet. No fuel, no rest stops, just wings and teamwork. And this epic journey goes on everywhere. In 2025, there are about 95 million managed honeybee colonies worldwide. That's more than the entire population of Germany, if every person was a hive. That's a 20 million hive jump in just 15 years. Imagine adding 20 million new cities, each one buzzing with tens of thousands of bees. But here's the weird twist. As managed hives go up, wild bee species are crashing, down 30% each decade in big farming regions. Imagine losing a third of all wild birds every 10 years. And yet, bees still make the world's food possible. They pollinate about 35% of all the crops we eat. Apples, almonds, coffee, even broccoli. 1 out of every 3 bites you take, that's bee-powered. Put a $ on it, and pollination by bees is worth $577 billion a year. That's the size of Sweden's entire economy, created by insects lighter than candy. But how do thousands of bees keep from all flying to the same flower? They use a secret code, the waggle dance. It's bee GPS. One dancer can give precise directions to nectar up to 3 kilometers away. The waggle dance isn't random wiggling. The angle and duration of each move tells the others exactly where to fly. Direction, distance, everything. It's like giving your friends GPS directions using only dance moves. Now, let's zoom out. Every day, a single forager bee visits 5,000 flowers and comes home to teach her sisters where to find the good stuff. Multiply that by every bee in a hive, and the numbers go wild. It all adds up. Every third bite of food on your plate exists because a 90-milligram insect got up yesterday, worked 5,000 flowers, and danced out the map for her friends. Suddenly, honey tastes like a miracle. So, if you could tag along with a honeybee for one day, flying marathon routes, sampling thousands of flowers, then teaching your friends with flawless GPS dance moves, would you do it? Drop your answer and what part you'd love or hate in the comments below.